You know what nobody talks about? The $70 billion lie sitting under your hood right now. Independent testing reveals that 30% of batteries sold in major retail stores are delivering significantly less cold cranking amps than advertised on their labels. That means 1 out of every 3 batteries you see at AutoZone, Walmart, or O'Reilly Auto Parts is lying to you about its most important specification. Here is the scenario nobody wants to imagine. You are sitting in a Walmart parking lot at 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Your 650cc battery refuses to turn over your engine, and you are wondering how a brand new battery with all those impressive numbers just left you stranded. Meanwhile, drivers who actually checked independent testing are starting their cars on the first try. Here is what battery retailers will not tell you. The difference between the CCA printed on that label and what that battery actually delivers in a laboratory can be 100 to 150 amps. Translation: you are paying for starting power you will never see. Smart buyers are checking consumer reports and third-party testing right now because the cost of ignoring this information is being stranded at the worst possible moment with a dead battery. Stick around until the end, because the final brand on this list is not even using real testing standards. They are just making up numbers, and regulators have not stopped them yet. Number 8. Kirkland Signature. Kirkland Signature batteries from Costco. You trust Kirkland for your rotisserie chickens and bulk toilet paper. That trust does not extend to car batteries. Consumer Reports shows Kirkland batteries consistently rank as poor performers that fail within 12 to 24 months, despite pricing at $120 to $140. Independent testing shows poor longevity scores, poor durability, and specifically weak cold weather performance. High failure rates within the first year. And here is the kicker. There is no transparent CCA verification from third-party labs. You are taking Costco's word for it. Costco contracts manufacturing to cut costs, resulting in thin lead plates and inadequate reserve capacity. Quality control varies wildly between production batches. The same Kirkland battery purchased in January might perform completely differently than one purchased in July. That 12-month failure pattern means you are buying a battery every year instead of every 4 to 5 years. Cold weather reveals the gap between advertised CCA and actual delivery. That membership discount becomes expensive when you are replacing batteries annually. Bottom line, Kirkland Signature batteries prove that bulk pricing does not equal bulk performance. Your Costco membership cannot fix bad chemistry. But if you think Costco is cutting corners on CCA, wait until you see what AutoZone's budget brand is pulling with a 3-month warranty. Number 7. Econocraft. Econocraft from AutoZone. This is what AutoZone sells when you are desperate and broke. Consumer Reports testing reveals Econocraft batteries score lowest in cold weather performance despite CCA ratings that look competitive on paper. Let me give you the numbers. Econocraft H6E is advertised at 615 CCA. Independent testing shows it performs 140 amps below the group average. You are getting around 490 actual CCA. The Econocraft 35E is rated at 490 CCA. The lowest in the entire BCI Group 35 category. Not among the lowest, the lowest. And AutoZone backs this battery with a 3-month warranty. 3 months. The industry standard is 36 months. AutoZone is telling you exactly how long they expect this battery to last. Thin lead plates cannot sustain advertised amperage under load. Reserve capacity sits at 75 minutes versus 100+ minutes for quality batteries. This thing is manufactured as an emergency replacement, not a long-term solution. Multiple AutoZone customer reviews report batteries that did not crank their cars at all despite meeting the CCA spec on the label. Most common complaint? Battery dies shortly after the 3-month warranty expires. Funny how that works. You save $60 today. You spend $200 next year replacing it again. Econocraft is the automotive equivalent of a payday loan. Cheap now, expensive later, and you will regret the decision by winter. But Econocraft is at least honest about being cheap. Our next brand charges premium prices for the same disappointing results. Number 6. Duralast Platinum AGM. Duralast Platinum AGM from AutoZone. This is the $260 lottery ticket. Consumer Reports interim testing specifically called out Duralast Platinum AGM batteries failing at 5 weeks, 6 weeks, and shortly thereafter. Let me say that again. 5 weeks. The Duralast Platinum AGM 51R-AGM is advertised at $435 CCA and priced at $250 to $260. Consumer Reports tested 3 samples. All 3 catastrophically failed within 6 weeks. Actual performance when working? Excellent cold cranking. But longevity scores rank near the bottom. AutoZone has over 400 reviews averaging 4.7 stars. Sounds great until you read the 1-star reviews. Batteries dead on installation. Batteries failing within months. Multiple customer reports of units shipped without charge, dead on arrival. So why does this happen? Duralast Platinum AGM is manufactured by Clarios, the same company making budget EverStart batteries for Walmart. Same factory, different quality control standards. It is a lottery. Some batteries perform well, others fail immediately. $260 buys you a coin flip. Will it last 5 years or 5 weeks? AutoZone's warranty covers replacement, but not the tow truck or missing work because your car would not start. Duralast Platinum AGM proves that premium is a marketing term, not a performance guarantee. It is the most expensive way to get stranded in a parking lot. At least Duralast fails spectacularly. Our next brand fails slowly, quietly, and right after the warranty expires. Number 5. AutoCraft. AutoCraft from Advanced Auto Parts. Multiple independent sources rank AutoCraft among the worst performers for lifespan, cold cranking delivery, and premature failure rates. Most common owner complaint? Battery expiring after just 1 year of use. Independent testing shows poor cold cranking ability despite advertised CCA specifications. Low-grade materials result in thin plate construction and inadequate reserve capacity. Manufacturing prioritizes cost-cutting over engineering. Plate thickness is insufficient to sustain claimed amperage under repeated cold starts. Marketing emphasizes price point while burying performance disclaimers in fine print. Drivers get attracted to the low price. Point and discover a 1-year replacement cycle. Cold weather reveals the gap between label claims and actual starting power. Forums are filled with complaints. AutoCraft battery died after 11 months. AutoCraft batteries are crafted to last just past the parking lot. When affordable means plan to be back next year, you are not saving money. But here is where it gets truly deceptive, because our next brands are not just underperforming, they are exploiting a loophole in testing standards. And before we continue, here is a question for you. Have you been stranded by a battery that should have started your car? Drop a comment below and let me know which brand left you in the cold. Your experience might save someone else from the same mistake. Number 4. The cranking amps versus cold cranking amps. Scam, this is not one brand. This is multiple brands exploiting the 32-degree loophole. Battery Council International established CCA testing at 0 degrees Fahrenheit as the industry benchmark. Cold cranking amps, 0 degrees, 30 seconds, minimum 7.2 volts. That is the standard. But manufacturers discovered they can test at 32 degrees instead and call it cranking amps. Same battery. Warmer temperature, 20 to 30% higher number on the label. Here is a real-world example documented in Popular Mechanics. A battery was labeled 800 amps. The owner brought it in for testing. Service writer tried to sell a replacement claiming poor performance. Turns out the battery was delivering 656 CCA, slightly better than its rated 640 CCA specification. But that 800 amp number? That was cranking capacity tested at 32 degrees, not cold cranking amps. There is no regulation requiring CCA prominence over CA on labels. Marketing departments know consumers see 800 amps and assume superiority over a 640 amp battery. You are comparing CA rating on one battery to CCA rating on another. Apples to oranges. You think you are buying 800 amps of starting power. You are actually getting 640. There is zero technical justification for using CA over CCA in automotive applications. None. It is pure marketing. The cranking amps loophole is where physics meets marketing fiction. Same battery, different temperature, 25% bigger lie. And get this, at least CA is a real test. Our next brand is advertising a specification that does not even exist. Real quick. If you are finding value in this investigation, hit that subscribe button. I am digging into the automotive industry's dirty secrets so you do not have to, and your support keeps this content coming. Number 3. Peak Amps Marketing Fraud. Peak Amps Marketing Fraud. This appears on jump starters and battery marketing with numbers 3 to 5 times higher than actual CCA, and it is completely fabricated. Wagon Corporation official statement, Peak. Amp rating is not a valid number found by testing a battery and is simply a marketing tool used to sell products. That is not me saying it. That is the manufacturer admitting it. There is no standardized testing protocol for peak amps. Jump starters get advertised with 900 peak amps and deliver approximately 300 actual starting amps, 300, not 900. And here is where it gets dangerous. Fire departments report that 83% of lithium battery fires involve uncertified packs with false peak amp claims. People are buying jump starters thinking they have 900 amps of starting power. Reality? That same unit delivers 300 amps, adequate for small engines, inadequate for diesels or V8s. Battery Council International recognizes only CCA and CA as valid tested specifications. Peak amps represents an unmeasurable theoretical maximum that never occurs in real-world use. There was even an Amazon class action lawsuit highlighting lithium batteries with false capacity and safety claims. Translation: people died, houses burned down, and manufacturers kept printing fake numbers on the labels. You are making purchase decisions based on numbers that do not mean anything. Peak amps is the number that exists only in marketing meetings. But if you think made-up specifications are bad, wait until you see what this next brand did with lithium batteries. Number 2. Superstart Lithium. Superstart Lithium from O'Reilly Auto Parts. The prismatic cell lie. Superstart advertised their lithium motorcycle batteries using prismatic cells. Their website explicitly claims superiority over competitors who use cylindrical cells owing to their lower manufacturing costs. Premium technology, premium price. Approximately $200, double the cost of proven AGM batteries. A customer bought one of these batteries. It failed prematurely. He opened it up to see what went wrong. Inside? Pouch cells, not prismatic cells. Pouch. Cells soldered together with some silicon-like potting material. Pouch cells and prismatic cells are completely different technologies. Pouch cells are cheaper, prone to swelling, mechanical failure, and thermal runaway. Prismatic cells are rigid, safer, more expensive. Superstart advertised one and delivered the other. The customer posted his findings on productreview.com.au. Quote, "For a company who says it has been researching, testing, and using lithium batteries for over 5 years, it is difficult to believe this was anything other than deliberate deception. I'm embarrassed to say I recommended these batteries to friends and family." Motorcycle owners report going through 4 Superstart batteries in 2 years. Batteries swell, they fail mechanically, and when they fail, Superstart denies warranty claims despite advertising that the battery can sit for over a year without losing charge. Superstart conventional lead-acid batteries also show below-average CCA delivery and premature death. This is not just a lithium problem. This is a brand problem. Superstart is O'Reilly's dirty little secret. Premium claims, budget reality, and outright fraud on lithium products. But if you think one retailer lying about lithium cells is bad, our final brand has been fooling millions of drivers for years. Number 1. EverStart. EverStart from Walmart, the fall of a giant. Pre-2009, EverStart batteries were legendary. Manufactured by East Penn, 8 to 9 year lifespans were common. 3-year free replacement plus 9-year prorated warranty. These batteries were bulletproof. Then Johnson Controls took over manufacturing. The warranty dropped to 3 years flat. And Consumer Reports now rates EverStart very low for battery life. The EverStart AGM H5 gets rated very low by Consumer Reports for battery life, despite claiming average cold weather performance. Owner reports of less than 1 year lifespan are common across forums. Pre-2009. Warranty, 3-year free, 9-year prorated total. Post-2009, warranty, 3 years, period. And here is the thing that makes this truly insulting. EverStart is manufactured by Clarios, the same company that makes Duralast, but EverStart is $50 to $90 cheaper. Same factory, different quality control. Manufacturing shifted from East Penn to Johnson Controls and quality collapsed. Walmart prioritizes price point over performance. Race to the bottom, and you are the one losing. Forum testimony. EverStart lasted less than 1 year in my vehicle. Consumer Reports. Cold weather testing shows batteries fail to deliver advertised starting power. That $50 savings costs you $200 in replacements over 3 years. EverStart is the Pompeii of car batteries. What was once a thriving city of reliability is now a monument to corporate cost-cutting. The real kicker? The same Clarios factory makes EverStart, Duralast, and Die Hard. You are not buying different batteries. You are buying different warranties and different quality control standards. It is a lottery where the house always wins and you always lose. Look, we just covered 8 brands and one thing keeps coming up. The number on the label means nothing if that battery cannot deliver when it is 10 below zero and you need to get to work. Here is what kills me about this. Cold cranking amps is not some mysterious formula. It is a standardized test. 0 degrees Fahrenheit, 30 seconds, 7.2 volts minimum. Any manufacturer can run this test. Any lab can verify it. But they are banking on you not checking. They print cranking amps tested at 32 degrees because it looks better. They slap peak amps on jump starters because 900 sounds more impressive than 300. And they ship batteries that fail in 6 months while charging you $260. So what do you actually need to do? Demand the CCA rating, not CA, not peak amps. CCA, check consumer reports before you buy anything. Verify the manufacturing date on that battery because sitting on a shelf for 6 months kills 50% of the capacity. And pay attention to warranty length. When AutoZone gives you 3 months on Econocraft, they are telling you something. Bottom line, 5 minutes of research beats $300 for a tow truck. Do not let a battery label turn you into a statistic. Hit subscribe if you want more of this. I'm not stopping with batteries. There is an entire industry built on lying to you about specifications, and I am just getting started.